Pour cette vidéo, Zion is scary skinny right now. C'est-à-dire qu'il est tellement maigre que c'est une dinguerie. Donc on va regarder ça tout de suite les gars. Ok, on est parti. Eh les gars, dès que ça lag, si ça lag, dites-moi direct. Parce que là en fait, comme je vous dis, je suis au studio, donc j'utilise un PC et il lag un peu, tu vois. Donc voilà, ok, on est parti, je vous mets les sous-titres. Et on est parti pour...
Yo, Zion got ripped. Oh wait, that's from the 2020 offseason.
Attendez, je vous mets les sous-titres. Vous comprenez l'anglais ici ou je dois mettre les sous-titres en français ou... Hein les gars, vous comprenez les sous-titres ou... Je dois les mettre en français? Vous comprenez le français ou je mets les sous-titres?
Yo, Zion got ripped.
Okay,
oh wait, that's from the 2020 offseason. Inside Zion's weight transformation. Oh.
Je mets les sous-titres, ok, c'est parti. Si vous m'entendez pas, vous me dites aussi. Hein. Normalement, le son il est bon, mais... Il a dit, je suis un putain de nordiste. Ok, sous-titres français. Mais je vais vous traduire en même temps, de toute façon. Ok. Capture audio, sortie. Ok, c'est bon. Bon, on est parti. Let's get it.
Oh wait, that's from 2022. Zion shows off amazing body for revenge season. From 2023. You'll never guess, we got a new Zion body transformation. It's like a permanent thing on the NBA calendar at this point. NBA Finals, NBA Draft, Zion offseason photo. Dude is taking the torch from Ben Simmons. Every year it was the same problem.
Wesh, il est en train de se moquer de Zion. Il a dit chaque année, en gros chaque année on voit la même chose. D'abord on voit Ben Simmons. Vous voyez Ben Simmons, on voit toujours ses mixtapes d'entraînement là. Et ben là il est en train de dire qu'on voit la même chose pour Zion. À chaque fois on voit des photos, mais là j'ai l'impression qu'il a vraiment perdu.
He won't shoot, but in the offseason, oh, we got Ben Simmons 3-point shooting on IG. Is it real? Of course not. It never was during the season. So eventually, people stopped caring. Is that the case with Zion? Yes. Until I saw this. Dude, this could be AI. I thought for a second this...
Ouais, c'est une dinguerie là, comment elle a perdu du poids quand même là. Ouais, sinon elle a vraiment perdu trop de poids là. Wesh. Même à Duke, il était pas aussi maigre. Wow. Ah là, par contre, je pense, les gars, c'est sérieux, là. Ah ouais, il a vraiment perdu du poids.
This might be a fake photo. This is the skinniest Zion's been since he stood next to some other little white kid in high school. It's literally the same picture. I'm just kidding. That guy went on to play college ball. Apparently he's awesome. But is this body transformation legit? I take my nutrition very seriously. It's part of how I stay fit, feel good. That's why I love My Fit Foods. They have vacuum Portland plus Denver, Colorado. Just use my shipping. That is itself as an elite prospect. Before that, it was all windmill dunks on Instagram, being guarded by that 5'6" white kid. I mean, look at this. Is he really as good as his highlights? How could we know? So most mock drafts had him outside.
C'était une dinguerie, les gars. Je m'en souviens encore de Zion quand les gens disaient que ouais, mais il fait ça que contre des petits blancs et tout. Je pense pas qu'il pourra faire ça en NBA. Je pense pas qu'il pourra faire ça en NCAA. C'était une dinguerie, hein. C'est un peu comme Wemby. Wemby aussi, tout le monde l'a douté, genre ouais, mais il pourra pas faire ça. Genre Zion, tout le monde disait ouais, mais il pourra pas faire ça. Quand il sera à l'université, il pourra pas faire ça, etc. Mais regarde-le maintenant.
The top three before the college season. Very good, but not the insane hype we saw after Duke. He became appointment TV with the most insane plays on offense and defense against good players. The best prospect since LeBron. So when the Pels got the #1 pick, their season ticket staff exploded. But the Duke version of Zion never came back until now. In fact, his stepdad says the target for the season is 272 pounds. 13 pounds lighter than his days at Duke. What is going on? I mean, people are joking about Ozempic, but why not? There is no shame in using that, especially for your profession. I mean, professional bodybuilders are using Ozempic.
C'est quoi Ozempic? Ozempic, c'est l'opération pour perdre du poids, là? Je crois que c'est ça.
Cut fat. And those guys make 400 grand for winning the top show in the world, Mr. Olympia. Zion makes 36 million a year. It got so bad, dude had a weight and body fat clause in his contract. The Pels offered 5 years, almost 200 million, if he stays under 295 pounds at a reasonable fat percentage. So every offseason, we'd see a slimmed down version, but he would always balloon back up.
En fait, Zion, je pense, c'est un mec qui prend. C'est juste un mec qui prend du poids archi rapidement, je pense, tu vois. C'est un mec qui prend du poids archi rapidement, donc il aime bien la nourriture, je pense. Donc ça veut dire.
Not only questioned his body, but his work ethic. Was his weight affecting his injuries? I mean, why did.
C'est un médicament pour perdre du poids? Ah ouais, il y a une vidéo sur... Vas-y, on va la regarder après alors.
Tearing his hamstring, break his foot. Was it because he weighed too much? That Mountain Dew commercial didn't help. Just look at what happened when Z broke his foot before his third season. He went from looking like this at Duke to sitting on the bench that year looking like this. Even last season, he was in shape at the start, but then during the NBA Cup, Z was out hustled by like 39-year-old LeBron James. Maybe that's why he wants to cut all the way down to 272, is to give himself more runway during the season. But for years, the Pels coddled this kid. So front office guy David Griffin finally lost patience. A big part of it is on him. I mean, there's a lot he can do better. Now, putting him in the best position to succeed is important, and I think his participation is a big part of that. So did Zion finally hear what all the critics have been saying?
Mais Zion, c'est vraiment... Il nous a encore montré durant le match du play-in, je crois. Je sais pas si au play-off ou si c'est au play-in où il se blesse, mais où il a complètement détruit. Je sais plus c'est quelle équipe, je crois c'est les Cavs, hein, ou je sais plus, mais il les a complètement détruits. J'ai dit, mais c'était un truc de ouf. Il est trop fort.
We're not gonna know until like halfway through the season because we've seen this before. But if it's legit, we gotta rethink the Pelicans' ceiling. Ever since Zion got there, they have underperformed. He's gotten injured at the absolute worst time and hasn't played one playoff game his entire career. But when he is right, Zion is unstoppable. Literally a top 10 player in the NBA.
Bro, quand il est en forme, il est inarrêtable.
For NBA big men and too big for everyone else.
Bah oui.
At age 20, he had the third best season for plus minus ever. Literally LeBron, Luka, and Zion. And I know plus minus isn't a perfect stat, but anytime you're in the same club as these guys, you're special. But last year, he showed the evolution. Z now plays more from the perimeter, which highlights his mismatch. He's holding the ball more, which leads to more assists, getting his teammates involved, which is great because now he's got shooters like young Trey Murphy and Herb Jones. In 2023, when everyone was clicking, the Pels were in first place late December. Should we consider them a threat to make the NBA Finals? Well, there is one big problem.
Il abuse, lui.
Even Zion can't.
Il parle des Pelicans pour la NBA Finals. Arrêtez de rêver, gros. La finale NBA, je pense, l'année prochaine, ce sera qui? Je vois bien Denver repartir en finale avec Westbrook. J'aime bien Denver repartir en finale. Et finale de conférence, ok, je vais donner mon pronostic. Finale de conférence, Dallas Nuggets contre Nuggets. Et finale de conférence Est, je vois bien Philly Boston ou Philly New York. Je vois bien un truc comme ça. En tout cas, c'est ce que j'aimerais voir.
Season, front office guy David Griffin promised major changes. So on draft night, they took Yves Missi, who they hope will be their center of the future. 2 days later, they traded Dyson Daniels, Larry Nance Jr., Cody Zeller, and 2 picks for DeJounte Murray. A great trade for the Pels, but there's only one basketball. I mean, they have 4 ball-dominant players now. DeJounte, CJ McCollum, Zion, and Brandon Ingram. How's that gonna work? Oh, step 1, trade BI. Even he said last year was by far his worst as an NBA player. He's not.
Mais Brandon Ingram, tu veux le trade où? Brandon Ingram, en fait, on dirait son problème, c'est qu'il s'en bat les couilles du basket, j'ai l'impression. New York, ils ont une chance, je sais pas.
Not a perfect fit with Zion. Doesn't
En fait, le
really
problème,
shoot
c'est que
threes. The big issue, though,
avec
is
Julius
his contract.
Randle, je sais pas si.
Ingram wants a full max next year, and the Pels can't afford that. I mean, they stupidly paid CJ McCollum a big deal, and they still need to pay Trey Murphy. There are only two teams who have never paid the luxury tax, Charlotte and New Orleans. Bye-bye, B.I. But right now, no one wants him, and the Pels need a deal fast. They do not have a center, which is kind of a big deal, in a division with Victor Wembanyama, Alperen Şengün, and maybe Zach Edey will be good. They let Jonas Valanciunas go in free agency, and that draft pick, Misi, is not ready. He started playing basketball at 16 years old. That was 4 years ago. The backup plan is Daniel Tice, but he's not a plan A. So there were rumors about BI to the Cavs for Jarrett Allen, but he suddenly signed a 3-year deal to stay in Cleveland and can't be traded for 6 months. It looks like they're going to keep Ingram on the roster to start the year, but I fully expect them to...
Bah Memphis, en fait, Memphis, pour moi, depuis qu'ils ont perdu Dylan Brooks, pour moi, Memphis, ils sont finito. Ils ont plus ce truc. Ils l'ont plus. Après, t'as JJ Jackson, t'as Zach Edey. Mais Zach Edey, pour moi, il va pas réussir à s'imposer NBA. Pour moi, Zach Edey, il est trop lent, il va pas réussir à s'NBA. En college, peut-être, il était... Ok. Attendez, j'avais oublié le Thunder carrément. Ok. Ouh là là, j'avoue le classement des... J'avais oublié le Thunder. Gros, le Thunder, ouh. Shit. Les Clippers, bon vas-y, c'est bon, eux ils vont fall off. Ok. Les Clippers ils vont fall off. Je vois bien les Mavericks dans le top 4. Les Suns, je pense qu'ils vont faire une bonne saison. Je pense que si KD ou Booker se blessent pas, ils vont faire une bonne saison, je pense, les Suns. Les Lakers, ils vont encore être nuls, je pense. Je sais pas. C'est compliqué, hein. La conférence Ouest, c'est une dinguerie.
Bye-bye Clips. And are you telling me the Kings and Warriors aren't making the playoffs? Sack added DeMar DeRozan. The Dubs will be better than last year.
Les Kings, ils sont améliorés. Ils ont rajouté DeMar DeRozan, donc les Kings, ils vont truc. Par contre, Warriors, ils vont toujours être trash, mon gars. Ils ont perdu Clay. Le gars, là, le GM, il veut même pas faire de move, il veut pas trade. Il veut pas trade pour Lauri Markkanen. Gros, c'est mort. En plus, ça skip que Minga, il veut un contrat max. What?
But I don't love it with how good LeBron and AD looked at the Olympics. Truth is, whoever can stay healthy will have a huge advantage because if a star gets injured even for a little time next year, his team is done. But the point is the Pelicans needed to do everything they could just to retain that last playoff spot in the West, and this skinny Zion thing might just be enough if it's for real. Of course, a major question is what's wrong.
Ouais, bon, c'est fini. Bon, c'était lourd, hein, mais bon, Zion, je pense pas, bon, il a perdu du poids.